The definition of pre-workout can vary from person to person. People like myself will think that C4 is like the most basic pre-workout. I've also heard people think that coffee is their pre-workout or putting their head in a bucket of ice. The point is, different strokes for different folks. I have gathered 10 different drinks that most people would consider to be pre-workout, especially C4. C4 is what I've been taking for the past, I would say, 6 years. Over the past 2 weeks, I have tried each of these pre-workouts. The letter given to each drink will be determined by effectiveness and taste. Now, before we continue, I want to say that I'm a professional, so don't try this at home. So first up, we have Zoa. Now, this is the Rock brand. You know, the Rock, the meme, the Rock meme Rock, what is it, 200 milligrams? That's a lot. But, you know, if it's the only source of caffeine in your day, then it's fine. I think I had a strawberry or cherry version, like some other version than this. This is called Blackberry Acai. All right, bottoms up. The flavor is a D. I'm gonna say that blackberry isn't my thing. The other flavor I tried, that would be a B, right? Whichever, future me, insert flavor here. Now, the effectiveness, I would say, is an A. You know what? I'll round up to a B. I'll round up to a B. The flavor I had before would be a B, no pun intended. Next up, Alani. When I tried this, it didn't really give me the rush that I would feel from normal pre-workout. Again, this is a different flavor. This is breeze berry. Future me again, put the flavor like right here. Chin. Not bad, but not a gold star. It really didn't feel like I had taken pre-workout. It felt like I downed 14 Dr. Peppers and then went to go lift. To the effectiveness, I would rate a C. It's got kind of a overly sweet, fruity kind of aftertaste, so I'd give that a C+. We're going to give Alani a nice C. C for casual. It feels like a very casual drink. Again, 200 milligrams, which, yeah. Next up, Celsius. Also, these will be drunk over a long period of time. You should see the amount of caffeine I have in my house. Again, I'm a professional. Don't do this. Now, Celsius to me, you know, maybe is a good pre-workout for CrossFit, not so much for bodybuilding. I think this is the same flavor. Cheers.
But what Sebastian could not have known is that Celsius was in fact not the drink he tried before, for that was something else entirely.
Oh God. Oh, that was a bad idea. Are there different kinds of Celsius? This is sparkling, so it's like sparkling garbage water? Oh my, it smells like rubbing alcohol. Your ultimate fitness partner, ultimate fitness my ass. Oh my God, that's an F. That's the first F tier. Do you have just straight sewage? F. I don't care. The effectiveness was dog water. Listen, okay, if you like Celsius, it's fine. It is okay for someone to have an opinion, regardless of how wrong it is. I'm not your father. I'm not gonna bend you over my knee and spank you because you drink this, but I will tell you to stop. Next up, Ghost. Not just any Ghost. Warhead. Sour green apple. This is gas. I'm excited for this one. Oh my God, it's washing away all the awful Celsius. A good friend of mine loves Ghost, especially this flavor. So in his honor, we're going to give this particular flavor an S tier because it is an S tier. And if you think it's not, then you're wrong. This is pure concentrated gas uranium. Uranium as in uranium fever. It's a great taste, but a casual feeling. So for the effectiveness, I'm going to give it a C. We're going to round this up to an A. You're gonna go over here in the good pile and away from Celsius. Next, we have Rockstar. From age 14 to age 17, I used to have these with a good friend of mine. We'll call him Devonshire. We used to drink these a lot when we were kids. Not a good thing to do and not something I could really condone. But being teenage boys, we did it anyway. Sorry, Mom. Now, I know the taste of Silver Ice like the back of my hand, but I'm still going to down this.
Movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
I may have been under the influence of nostalgia. No, what I used to have a lot was the blueberry version of this. That was gas. That was too good. That was dangerously good. Don't drink that. You'll never sleep. The effectiveness I would put at a D. Now, caffeine by itself, at least to me, is not a good pre-workout. I'm going to put Rockstar in C tier. Next up, Rain, down the hatch. This is what I would call a full flavor. My mouth was just bombarded by flavor. Razzleberry is quite good. As far as taste go, that's an A. Now, as far as effectiveness goes, it felt like I was going through the motions very quickly, but I wasn't really able to focus. This is a lot of caffeine. I think it's the same amount as Bang. Bang is horrible. Not that these are like super healthy. None of this is like super healthy. Bang to me would be an F for failure. You really don't need that much caffeine to work out unless you're training for the Olympics or you're David Goggins. So I would rate the effectiveness of this a D. We're gonna put this at a nice B. I'm gonna put this in B tier. Next up, LIT. Cheers. It's very, very, very sweet. This is Jolly Rancher Green Apple. Now, if you don't like super sweet things, this drink would not be for you. I wouldn't really dock points for it being too sweet. I'm going to put the flavor of this at an A tier. Now, as far as effectiveness goes, I do feel that rush, right? That normal pre-workout rush. So I would put the effectiveness at a B tier. So I think I'm going to put this in A. B tier. Next up, we have International Delight Oreo Coffee. You're probably wondering what gives me the right to put Oreo Delight Coffee on a tier list for pre-workout. Now, just because I go to the gym 5 days a week does not give me the right. I'm simply an asshole. Ooh, bottoms up. Tasty. This is sort of a sweet treat that really can't be beat by other coffees. I'm not a huge coffee guy. This is legitimately the only coffee I can drink. This legitimately tastes like someone crushed up a bunch of Oreos, put them in a cup, and then poured in coffee beans. So your mouth is immediately hit with Oreos, but the aftertaste is coffee beans. Now the flavor of this I'm going to put as a B. And the effectiveness, it's kind of an F. This is not my first choice for pre-workout. Of all the 10 choices here, this would be number 9. It definitely beats this garbage. This is dog water. I'm gonna put this in D tier. Even though the flavor isn't bad, this would be more of like a morning beverage than my pre-workout. You know, I would be drinking this while editing videos, not pumping iron. What I have next is Pre. Pre, from what I remember, is in like the top 5 most used pre-workouts across the country. Now, as an added bonus and to be inclusive, this is great for people who are gluten-free. It's got a big ass label for gluten-free right on the front, which means you can probably trust it. Maybe. I'm going to get revenge for what you did to my father. Oh, the School of Hard Knocks. Now you're probably thinking, why did I open a full one if I had already tried it? I actually had 2. This is going to a friend of mine, so it will not be going to waste. Please take notice of my awesome Spyro the Dragon cup. I have a worrying amount of G Fuel in my closet. It's very similar to having skeletons in your closet, only skeletons don't give you a heart attack. Well, maybe on Halloween. Now, the taste of this is kind of powdery, which you would expect from something in a tub. It's not bad. Cheers, my friend. This is Blue Raspberry. It has a very, very, very strong flavor. I'm a huge Blue Raspberry fan, so I was drawn to it immediately. The effectiveness of Pre was actually very surprising. It was probably the best workout I had had in years. We're going to be giving this an B tier. It has kind of a weird aftertaste, but again, it's a powder, so you know, what can you do? We're gonna give the taste an A. So I'm going to rate Pre an A tier. Just C4, to me at least, is the most generic kind of pre-workout. When I think of the words pre and workout in the same sentence, I think C4. Now this is the Skittles version. I have not tasted this. Again, nice ASMR action. I don't have nails. Bottoms up. That's good. That is very good. But that's also kind of a problem. Pre-workout, at least in my opinion, should not taste this good. Pre-workout to me should be effective, but also not good tasting because it limits the amount you want to actually drink. For effectiveness, I'm going to give this an S. For flavor, it's going to be an S, an all-around S tier. This to me is the staple. If I'm in the deep, dark jungle of Kroger, or Walmart. I'm going to pick up this 99% of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress this fact enough. Please do not drink an insane amount of caffeine every single day. I know from experience. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me. I will be doing more of these in the future. My channel is variety. I'm loving these review tier lists. In fact, I'm going to be doing in the future a tier list review challenge with hot chips. So stay tuned for that. And that's it. Thank you for joining me.